I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. World blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign.
Hello dear fans and well-wishers. Welcome back to World Gist Mega TV. You know how we roll it here. Today, let's study a short history of Zimbabwe's colonization and independence with 5 questions and answers. At the end of each question to test your understanding ability. So your attention is needed. Guys, let's dive into it. Once upon a time, Zimbabwe's colonization began in the late 19th century, when the British South Africa Company, led by Cecil Rhodes, started its activities in the region. The area was initially inhabited by ancestors of the San people, until around 2,000 years ago when Bantu-speaking inhabitants arrived. The most famous of the Bantu-speaking civilizations was the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe, which flourished between the 11th and 15th centuries. However, the British South Africa Company was granted a royal charter by the British government, allowing it to administer the territory, which they named Southern Rhodesia. This led to the establishment of a colonial administration and the influx of European settlers. Notwithstanding, Zimbabwe's struggle for independence began in earnest in the 20th century, with the formation of nationalist movements like the Zimbabwe African People's Union, ZAPU, and the Zimbabwe African National Union, ZANU. The Unilateral Declaration of Independence, UDI, by the white minority government in 1965 led to international isolation and a protracted guerrilla war known as the Rhodesian Bush War. The Lancaster House Agreement of 1979 paved the way for free elections and the end of white minority rule. Zimbabwe officially gained its independence on April 18, 1980, with Robert Mugabe becoming the first prime minister. Guys, questions time. Question number 1. Who led the British South Africa Company that began the colonization of Zimbabwe? Who led the British South Africa Company that began the colonization of Zimbabwe? The correct answer is Cecil Rhodes led the British South Africa Company during the colonization of Zimbabwe. Question number 2. What was the name of the famous Bantu-speaking civilization in Zimbabwe? What was the name of the famous Bantu-speaking civilization in Zimbabwe? The correct answer is the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe was the famous Bantu-speaking civilization. Question number 3. What was the territory administered by the British South Africa Company called? What was the territory administered by the British South Africa Company called? The answer correct is the territory was called Southern Rhodesia. Question number 4. Which 2 nationalist movements were instrumental in Zimbabwe's struggle for independence? Which 2 nationalist movements were instrumental in Zimbabwe's struggle for independence? The answer to question number 4 is the Zimbabwe African People's Union, ZAPU, and the Zimbabwe African National Union, ZANU, were instrumental in the struggle for independence. The final question is: when did Zimbabwe officially gain its independence? And who became the first prime minister? When did Zimbabwe officially gain its independence? The correct answer is Zimbabwe officially gained its independence on April 18, 1980. And Robert Mugabe became the first prime minister. Guys, I hope you were able to learn the history of Zimbabwe's colonization and her independence. Please give this video a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our new videos. Stay blessed. Bye for now.
Worldwide, please Lord give me